Imagine studying hard your whole freaking life just to find out this. A Japanese medical school has found that they have actively systemically rigged a system to exclude women from becoming doctors. Because apparently they don't like female doctors. So they have been slashing points from women and giving men bonus points instead for their scores. And look, I'm a woman in Japan. The reason behind it's because the highly still patriarchal misogyny thinking that if you get married, that means your career is finished. You are supposed to get married, have children, and raise your family, including childcare, housework. You do it all, okay? So we should actively reduce women's enrollment. Gender discrimination is real. And so they apologize after the whole scandal. It really brings to light of Japan's deep problem with gender discrimination. Even with the largest economy in the world, and a lot of women are highly educated, but still, only a small fraction of women are represented in the professional world. Because they are expected, like I said earlier, to stay at home and take care of the kids. And systems like this are actively perpetrating the fact that women should not be of high status or have a voice, because the system is against them. Or let's talk about how 50% of women who wanted to become entrepreneurs have faced sexual harassment. Why don't you just get married instead of trying to start a business? And, sexual harassment, how common it is, wow. So in this case, she gave up, because they just don't take it seriously. So that explains why a lot of women just want to marry that elite guy and become a housewife, have an easier way out because of these barriers, systemic barriers to prevent you to achieve and to be successful. Or how Japanese companies ban female staff from wearing glasses because it gives them, a cold face. Let me tell you, I work in Japan for the past 3 years. And gender discrimination is real, like I said. Even if you work full-time, right, you are still expected to do childcare, housework, cooking, and if the man doesn't do it, do half of it, like nobody's gonna blame the guy. You are responsible. Or even at my workplace, there has been sexual harassment comments made about my body parts, just because they are higher ups. Or how I see the woman actually works 10 times harder than the guy, but he's at higher position because he's supposed to be the man. And he cracks some jokes or whatsoever, or leaving the tedious works to the woman. Or he's just supposed to be like the funny comedian and everybody loves him. And you ask why woman doesn't want babies? Because it's a lose-lose for them. Unless they all get an elite guy who's supposed to support them, but do they have autonomy? The whole reason why feminists fought is for them to be able to choose. To be a housewife, traditional wife, great. To work, great. But you see, there's a lot of barriers out there. System, rules, laws that actively try to exclude you because of the whole societal pressure that you should just stay at home and take care of the kids. And I know a lot of women actually, after they get married, they do part-time jobs, and explains why the whole gender gap, wage gap in Japan, because men are still supposed to be the breadwinner. Plus the amount of working hours, they expect men to work a lot of overtime, and why a lot of people become sexless. So before you say women have it is easy only if you abide to the patriarchal ideals and also submit to it. So if you actually want to actualize your potential and in a career setting, and actually talking about it, raising awareness helps. It's because after the scandal, they actually did something. They try to make it higher now for the woman. And fair testing. I just want to say, if women are being treated equally and equity, despite our difference, we are equitable in our differences. Wouldn't the whole household income increase? Wouldn't that be a better thing for society? Instead of for the guy to take it all to be the sole breadwinner, we should really examine those societal norms, so those practices, and if it's actually helping us or harming us as a society. Thank you.
Also love wearing my glasses.
You shut up. Shut up. What are you on about, mate?